Amatsutsumi. Continue. Yeah. Episode 19. Let's go. Yes.
いつもありがとう。またよろしくお願いします。
Yeah, we're in the middle of our shopping trip for dinner. And we're just coming out of the bookstore, right? Yeah, the bookstore. And we ended where like Makoto was saying how he bought like a cookbook and a travel brochure of some sort. That shows a lot of scenery, pictures of scenery, of landscapes. Okay, let's see here. Oh, let me click here.
いつもありがとう。またよろしくお願いします。
Kokoro bows in thanks to the butcher as she's handed a package of meat. Okay, so we're coming out of the meat shop.
大したものね。
Mana looks at the scene with approval. Why? Because the butcher gave her twice as much meat as she paid for? Oh, why? Because the butcher gave her twice as much meat as she paid for. And that was on top of a steep discount to begin with. It tells me that she's got a really good relationship with this butcher. But...
またいっぱいおまけしてもらっちゃった。
Taking advantage of your looks. The meat isn't the only thing Kokoro is carrying. She also has another bag stuffed with vegetables. Before we came to the butcher, she got the same treatment at the grocer. In fact, it was more like the butcher was trying to one-up the discount the grocer gave her.
この手の買い物は心に頼むのが良さそうね。
Yeah, I could never do that. You're amazing, Kokoro.
そうかな。みんな親切だから通っていればサービスしてくれると思うよ。
No, I'm pretty sure it's just you, Kokoro. Because of your personality. She laughs at us as if it's nothing. I think she has something special that makes the shopkeepers want to do her favors. She's not even using a kotodama. What a feat!
またずいぶん派手におまけしてもらったのね。
Oh boy. Azuki-san pokes her head in as I'm making dinner. Mana and Kokoro were carrying lots of bags, so they're tired and are resting up on the second floor. The cafe is closed now, so naturally there aren't many customers around here either. It's not like Kokoro went out of her way to ask for a discount though. It was more like they were forcing it on her.
いつもそうなのよ。
She looks at the pile of different vegetables and meats and smiles wryly.
でもさすがにここまで大量だとちょっと悪い気がするわね。うちに来てくれた時はお礼に飲み物くらいサービスしなくちゃ。
Oh. Yes, that might be good. Returning the gesture. Very good. When someone does you a favor, you can repay them with a different kind of favor. That's kind of nice. It's kind of nice when things build chains like that. By the way, I've got everything under control here, so you don't have to watch. You can just hang out in the room and wait until it's ready.
わかった。そうさせてもらうわ。
She has a lot of trust in us now at this point.
何度でも言っちゃうけど、高校息子を持って本当に幸せよ。
Oh my god.
ありがとう。
That makes me feel much more worried about when we arrive at the time where he has to leave the Oribe family, because he said that he's not gonna stay here for no longer than a year, so it's quite worrying. She smiles happily, then walks back to her room. with a spring in her step. Oh yeah, but maybe... I mean, if he was dating Kokoro, then there might not be much of a problem. But if he was dating some other girl, and if he lets the Kotodama fade off, I don't think... he's gonna get... this kind of treatment as someone that's not her son slash brother. But maybe I can... I mean, they're pretty unique, Azuki-san and Kokoro. Their situation is pretty unique. Maybe they might they might still continue to treat us as a non-blood related brother instead. Even if the Kotonoma runs out, so it could turn out to be a pretty nice situation. But yeah, it's just being optimistic for now though. Yeah, she smiles happily, then walks back to her room with a spring in her step. I guess that means she's feeling healthy, I'm glad. Now, let's see. I need to make 4 dinners, like time to roll up my sleeves. Oh, Mana? Or so I thought, but Mana's here. Maybe she wants something to drink? What's up? Already finished reading your manga? No, there's no way you read it that fast. She seems to have become fairly fast at reading. But still, there's no way too many books in... Still, there were way too many books in those bags for her to already be done with them. She wants to spend some time with us? That's expected, yeah. She looks over the pile of ingredients on the table in front of me. We'll have plenty to eat for a while. We plan to preserve some of it, since we can't finish it all very soon. The book I just bought talked about that a little bit. If you preserve some foods in certain ways, it's also more convenient to cook them later, apparently. You can help me if you like. Yeah. She looks at me a little surprised. She seems not to have expected me to make such an offer. Yeah, you said you want to hang out with me, but I thought you might be bored just standing there and watching. The lazy Mana actually helping out dinner. Helping out to cook dinner. She accepts more easily than I thought she would. So she's standing next to me. I don't think there's too much to worry about. Back in the village, she did used to cook a fair amount. Of course, the kinds of tools and seasonings people use here are a world apart from what we used in the village. Still, basic things like washing and cutting vegetables are mostly the same everywhere, I'm sure. Okay, can you get started on the carrots and potatoes? I'm going to use them as garnish for the hamburger steak. She seems to be in a good mood as she reaches towards the mountain of vegetables. Yeah. Right, I leave it to you. She's happy to be relied on, I bet. She giggles to herself as she rolls up her sleeves. What? Mananai and... Oh, Nozomi. So he knows about Nozomi. Oh, he knows about Nozomi. I would have thought that the twins have never met Makoto before the fiance thing was decided. Like because I would be assuming that Makoto's parents would tell Makoto that, oh, you're gonna get like a fiance from this family. They didn't actually. I would be thought that they would go out of their way to mention Mana and Nozomi's names. But okay, I see now. That cancels out the previous theory, where Nozomi was supposed to be the fiance. I guess from the start, he knew who Mana and Nozomi is, and that Mana was supposed to be his fiance then. I guess it was decided later on, not early on. Used to play together a lot when we were young. Since we were 2 girls and 1 boy, we naturally ended up playing girlish games more often. But this time, we're not playing. So we have to make sure the end result is edible.
わかっているわよ。自分で食べるんだから。
She pouts a little, but obediently starts to carefully wash the vegetables. Okay. With Manda's help, making dinner didn't take long as I thought it would. So we had plenty of time to enjoy a dinner as a family. The centerpiece, the hamburger steak, was well received. Kokoro even requested we have it for lunch tomorrow, and Manda agreed. Well, I made it a lot and froze the leftovers, so it should be easy to recook it tomorrow morning. It'll be faster than making something from scratch too. Woo! The dishwashing and cleanup is all done, so I sit down on the couch to rest. Mana's still in the bath, so in the meantime I decide to read the magazines I've bought. I already looked through the cooking one a fair bit, so I pick up the travel one.
お風呂出たわよ。
After I flip through the pages for a while, Mana comes out of the bathroom steaming. Oh, after a bath, right? Yeah, after a bath. Bathroom. Yeah, so she took a bath. Shower. Oh, already? That was fast. Kokoro and Mom have already had their baths. So I'm the only one left. Since nobody's waiting for me, I guess I'm not in any rush. I want to keep reading the magazine for now.
例の雑誌ね。面白い？
Probably likely interesting for Makoto. He wants to travel the world, I remember he said once. Right? Was it travel the world? Or explore other parts of the world. Not stay in one place. Yes, I think it's especially interesting for us. I moved the magazine so that she can see it more easily. Sitting next to me, she slowly flips through the pages. The pleasant smell of her shampoo tickles my nose. Oh boy. Her skin and the tips of her hair are damp and very alluring. This is the sexiness you can smell.
ため息が出そうな美しさね。とても同じ世界とは思えないわ。
Yeah. Each and every one of these photos in the travel magazine are stunningly beautiful. In the village, the words travel and tourism meant practically nothing to me. Now, knowing that there's so much beauty in the world makes me all the more impressed with it.
あら、この写真ちょっと似ていると思わない？
You're right. The photo is captioned Mother Nature's Beauty, a remote mountain hot spring resort. And indeed, the scenery reminds me of our village. Apparently, it's a very popular vacation spot. An article highly recommends it.
私たちの里も
こういう雑誌に載せたら人が行きたいと思うような場所なのかしら。
Yup, I very much do believe that people would start visiting, because there is a culture where people do what's the word? Pilgrimages? Pilgrimages? Pilgrimages. Meaning. Oh, pronunciation. Pilgrimage. Yeah, so there are like cultures in Japan where they do like pilgrimages. After like based on a live action manga and anime of some sort. Usually anime is like based on real life locations mostly. And people often like want to travel to these places to take a look in person to see what the actual site feels like. The most popular spots would be like Shinoshima Island from Takagi-san, and like Love Live School Idol project scenes as well. Yeah. If someone were to make an anime based on the village, then definitely will jump in popularity. Well, this is a tangent. Anyway, they might. There is no denying that our village has the beauty of nature on display. Though I wouldn't recommend growing up there. It's too cramped.
ねえ、見て、すごいわ。
Are they looking like a travel brochure like around Japan or like other parts of the world? Mana suddenly stops on a particular page. Her face turns serious. What is it? Wow, that is a massive bath. Look at the page she has open. I see that it's about the hotel that's known for its large bathhouse. It's gigantic. It looks as big as a small lake. I've never seen a bath this huge. You could swim in it.
そっちじゃなくて、その下。
Down. Oh? As directed, I move my eyes down the page. Wow, that's quite a feast. The picture shows she's looking at food. The picture shows a room just as big as the bath, and with multiple tables covered in all different kinds of food.
バイキング形式で食べ放題と書いてあるわ。
She's gonna gobble everything up. All you can eat? Does that mean you can eat as much as you like of all this food?
そうみたい。
At a glance, there must be at least 100 different dishes in the picture. It looks like it would be a lot of fun to sample many different kinds of food in one place, and it would teach me a lot about cooking. But I think my stomach would explode before I could eat all of that.
ケーキやドーナツ、甘いものもいろいろあるみたい。素敵。
Donuts. It's just like Mana to be more drawn to pictures of food than to grand vistas. Yeah, they have everything covered.
夢のようなもてなしだわ。
The food, right? Yeah. She leans forward to see the photos better. Yukata shifts around her shoulders and the neck deepens. Her firm pale cleavage peeks out at me. I've slept with Lana more times than I can count. That means I've seen her naked countless times too. So simply seeing a cleavage doesn't make my heart skip or anything, but I still can't help but staring at it.
スイーツは専属の一流パティシエが手作りしており、だって。
Whoa, handmade. Yeah, that's probably, first class hotels often first class hot spring hotels often has these kinds of services, so I'm not that surprised.
パティシエって 何かしら？外国人の料理人の名前？
Patissier. If I remember correctly, I look back at the magazine and try to recollect. Yeah, it's a professional baker. It's a foreign word that means a craftsman of sweets, I think. I think I might have been on the cover of one of the books I saw in the bookstore earlier. But that book was pretty expensive, so I didn't buy it.
そう。つまり、一流のお菓子職人が作っているわけね。
Apparently so. Do you want to go to this hotel if you ever get the opportunity?
行けるものならね。近くにあるのかしら？
I don't think it's close by. I see that the address is written in the corner of the page. Ah, it says Hokkaido. That's the northernmost part of Japan. That's pretty far.
残念だわ。この町にこういうところがあったらよかったのに。
That's pretty... I'm not sure. That would be pretty inconvenient for the shop owners if the sales don't do that well. It's often in more popular cities, these kinds of services. That would be nice, but then going there wouldn't be traveling, would it? One of the most fun things about traveling is probably the fact that you can go some distance away from your home. Well, for Mana and me, coming from the village to here was already quite a journey. Looking at this, don't you wish you could see these sights with your own eyes? I turned the page to see a full page spread showing an ocean beach.
別に思わないわ。
Oh. Her voice loses its heat.
ここに来て湖を見たし、あれと大きさが違うというだけでしょ？
No, the ocean is saltwater, and the waves are apparently much more impressive.
だとしても。見て、それからどうするのよ？
Well, I guess just look at it. Just look at it. Yeah. He says, I don't have anything in particular I want to do with the ocean.
なら、こうして写真で見れば十分じゃない？わざわざ労力をかけていくことはないわ。
Apparently she doesn't see any value in the act of traveling itself. It might be partly because of the taboo which we all grew up with, which forbade leaving the village. But I've only become more interested in traveling to other places after I left the village and came here.
あれ？
Oh, Kokoro.
何してるの？
Hello. We're looking at travel brochures. At the travel magazine I just bought. Kokoro peeks her head out from her room then comes out to join us. We're reading the travel magazine I bought today. It's full of places I want to visit. Seemingly around Japan.
まあ、そういう気持ちにさせる旅行雑誌の目的だもんね。
She laughs, then peers over her shoulders at the open page.
ああ、沖縄の海。いいよね。私も行ってみたいと思ってるんだ。
Oh, so they're talking... Oh, so this huge scene of the beach was from Okinawa. That must have been very beautiful then.
実際に見ると、写真で見るよりもさらに綺麗だって。すごく感動するらしいよ。
I want to tell Mana I told her so, but I decide to continue the conversation with Kokoro instead. Oh, it's so good. They say it's even more beautiful in person. Apparently it's very moving to see it. Indirectly contradicting or counter-arguing Mana's previous thoughts.
いいなあ、沖縄。お母さんも元気になったし、みんなで海遊びしたいよね。
That sounds great. Kokoro was telling me a while ago that she wanted to go to the beach.
マナちゃんもどう？一緒に新しい水着買って。
Mana?
私は興味ないわ。
あ、
おやすみ、二人とも。
Bye-bye, I guess. Good night. Oh, she left. Amanda stands up silently and walks quickly into Kokoro's room. Good night.
おやすみ。
Kokoro bids Mana farewell. In a small voice. Once Mana closes the door behind her, Kokoro turns around to face me again.
兄さん、私何か変なこと言った？マナちゃん怒らせちゃったのかな？
It's definitely not your fault, Kokoro. It's not at all. I don't think she's angry at all.
でも、あんな急に出ていくなんて。
Making Kokoro worried now. It's true that she probably left because she didn't like the conversation topic Kokoro brought up. She just got done telling me that she didn't want to go visit the ocean after all. She probably just didn't want to stay on bed too long after her bath. She gets cold really easily, you know?
そっか。
Kokoro nods, apparently satisfied at my explanation. Good follow-up. Good job. Kokoro, you shouldn't stay up too late either. I'll go take a bath now.
あ、わかった。おやすみなさい、兄さん。
Good night. Good night, Kokoro. Ooh. Amatsutsumi.
兄さんって、やっぱり女子力高いよね。
how am I supposed to react to this? As fanning the lunches. Oh wait, as I'm fanning the lunches I just made to cool them down before packing them, Kokoro offers an odd comment. Girl skills? What does that mean? The paper fan in my hand stops as I try to process what she's saying. I don't think I've heard that phrase before.
どういうって、そのままだよ。女子の力って書いて、女子力。
Sorry, but I still don't get it. I can't picture what exactly she could be referring to. It's like, is it like skills for interacting with girls? That doesn't sound right. Mana, do you know?
さあ。でも、教室でも時々耳にするわね。
Good girl skills. Oh, that's what she's referring to. Like skills that would make you seem like a perfect wife, like cooking and cleaning and all that stuff. Okay, I see now. Mana shrugs.
いわゆる女の子らしさみたいなものじゃないの？
Oh, there we go. But in my case, I don't think it's less of being girlishness, but more like being wife material.
まあ、ざっくり言うとそういうことだよ。
You mean I look girly? I don't think so. I don't think that they're implying that. Nobody's ever said that about me before. Now I am even more confused. I mean, look at me. There's no way anyone would mistake me for a girl. I might not be a big burly man, but still...
その、外見的な意味で女っぽいとかじゃなくて、でも、女子力に見た目も含まれないではないんだけど、今言いたいのはそういうことじゃないっていうか。
Yeah, still no clue.
もしかして男の人に好かれやすい要素
No, I don't think
と
so.
いうことかしら。
そうそれ男の子にモテそうなアピールポイントってこと。
Wait, hold on. Means you're good at stuff that boys like in a girl. You're good at stuff that boys like in a girl. You're good at stuff that boys like. Oh yeah, wife material. It's just a really strange or really vague way of saying wife material.
料理が上手とか、細かい気配りができるとか。
I have to say I have no desire to be attractive to other boys. After being Koichi, I've come to appreciate having male friends. But friendship and sexual attraction are different things, at least they are to me.
なるほどね。
Mana looks at me knowingly.
つまり、もしお兄ちゃんが女だったら、男の子たちが恋人や妻にしたいと思いそうだ。と
Yeah, there we go.
そういう感じ。
There we go. If I was a girl, the hypothesis seems meaningless on its face. Things like being considerate of other people don't have anything to do with gender anyway. Sorry, I still don't really get it. I still think you're a cute girl, even if you do suck at cooking.
ありがとう。でも、どうせなら料理も上手な方が、とか思わない？
Not really. Oh, the way I see it, everyone is born with strong points and weak ones. Of course, people often try to conquer their weaknesses and improve things they're bad at. I think that's laudable, but sometimes you just aren't cut out for certain things.
ちなみに、男子力というのはあるの？
Definitely are. Maybe like, crafting, engineering, I guess.
それはあんまり聞かないね。なんでかな？
Oh, Kokoro doesn't have an answer. That's surprising. Kokoro frowns. Well, if she doesn't know, there's no way Mana and I would either.
さっきの定義に従うなら、どういう男の子と付き合いたいと思うかよね。
I guess it would. Kokoro, what do you think? What do you like in a boy? We're basically indirectly asking, what do you like in a boy, Kokoro? She frowns harder, thinking deeply.
私が苦手だから、料理が上手だと嬉しいかな。
Covering weaknesses. Okay, yeah, that's how relationships usually start from. Covering your weaknesses of your partner. Each
でも
other's
そういうのは
weaknesses.
強いて言えばで、私を大事にしてくれる優しい人がいいな、やっぱり。
Her image is gonna go off the rails because she's gonna try and describe a very impeccable, perfect sounding prince from a fairy tale.
ねえ、それってお兄ちゃんのことじゃないの？
あ、
そう言われればそうかも。
Apparently I meet her requirements for a boyfriend. I don't mind being told that at all, I'll admit. In the end, it seems like none of the girl's skills or boy's skills have anything to do with gender after all. At least as far as I can tell, it's more about good extra qualities you have as a person.
まあ、なんとなくの勝手なイメージだから、イメージ。
Yep.
女の子はそうであってほしい、みたいな。
It's heavily subjective, yeah. Usually, these kinds of conceptions can help start off a direction, but it's not usually helpful if you want to actually seriously start searching for someone that's a fitting match for you. She sighs quietly.
でも自分でもちょっと憧れる部分はあったりして。
あ、
料理ができるようになりたいということ？
If so, wanna practice with me at some point? I don't know about all this girl skills stuff. If Kokoro wants to improve herself, I'm always happy to help. If she learns some new skills, she could use the cafe. I might help ease Azuki-san's burden. After all, I don't know whether I can stay here forever.
いいの？
Of course.
やった！兄さん、ありがとう！
Wait, what did he say? Just want to make sure. Learning how to cook, practice. practice. Yeah, practice cooking. Kokoro bounces up and down and shakes both of my hands.
お兄ちゃん、心にばかり甘い気がするわ。
Then you want to join us too, Mana?
遠慮するわ。別にこれ以上料理の腕を磨きたいとも思わないし。
Mana glances at the clock.
そろそろ出た方がいい時間じゃない？心、あなたカバンは？あ、忘れてた。取ってくる。
She scampers up the stairs to her room. Don't run on the stairs, you could trip. I yell after her, but I'm not sure she can hear me.
本当に甘いわよね。
It's Kokoro after all. Do you think so?
そうよ。まあでも気持ちはわからないでもないわ。
She looks in the direction of Kokoro's room upstairs.
妹を持つってこういう感じなのね。
Yeah, I think I understand how she's feeling right now. She and Nozomi are twins. Were twins, but Nozomi was a little older. So Mana was always treated as a younger sibling. But now she has a chance to play the role of an elder sister instead. There must be many differences she noticed, and thoughts she had about it.
のぞみもこういう感じで私のことを見ていたのかしら。
But as an elder sister to play the role of an elder sister, there must be many differences she's noticed, and thoughts she had about it. It could be. Since the lunches have finally cooled to room temperature, I put the lids on the lunch boxes and wrap them in handkerchiefs. Here, Mana, your lunch.
ありがとう。ねえ。
As she takes the lunchbox from my hands, she leans in and hugs me. Oh, what, Mana, what is it? I braced myself for a repeat of yesterday's morning, but this doesn't do anything further.
どうもしないわ。ただなんとなくこうしたかったというだけ。
Is it because of the dream she started having? Is she still having those same dreams of her sister, maybe? After nestling her face in my chest for a little while, she steps away again. I hear Kokoro rushing down the stairs.
お待たせ。行こう。
Let's go. Okay. I give Kokoro her lunchbox and pick up my own bag. The three of us walk leisurely up the road to school. Oof, the sky is clear of clouds, and it looks like it's going to be hot again. In fact, it's already hot. I don't think the village got this hot in the summers. Maybe it's because it was at a higher altitude? Oh. Despite the heat, Kokoro sidles up to me and takes my hand. With her other hand, she takes Mana's hand. Oh. Ah.
何の真似？
Mana looks at Kokoro mystified.
手をつなぐの好きなの。体温を感じるのって気持ちよくない？
Kokoro really has a way of words. Wow, that can strike a person's heart.
一人じゃないぞーって感じがして
Wow.
嬉しくなるっていうか。
Ah.
そうね。わからないでもないけれど。
Looking amused, she stops for a moment and shakes off Kokoro's hand. Then she circles around to the other side of me and plasters herself to my arm.
どうせならこれくらいしっかり密着した方がもっと暖かくて気持ちいいわ。
A few her soft assets enveloped my entire upper arm. I have to say it, I also prefer Mana's method of handholding. Blush rises to Kokoro's cheeks as she stares at us.
いくらなんでもそれはちょっとやりすぎだと思うよ、マナちゃん。どうして？ 手をつないだくらいでは物足りないと思わない？
Don't Oh, how is this gonna? Mana smiles seductively at me and wraps herself even tighter around my arm.
それは、そうなんだけど、でも、
She opens and closes her mouth, but I can't seem to think of what to say.
腕を組んでいるところを見られたら、恋人なのかなって思われるだろうし。
As expected, yeah.
いいじゃない。お兄ちゃんが恋人って思われても。私は何も困らないわ。
Ah. She thinks that she could use her kotodama and just and erase everyone's memories. But there is this little particularly special existence, this little individual here that she has yet to meet. Oh boy. This time her mouth stays open, half hanging open. She turns to me as if to ask for help.
兄さんはどう思うの？
It might be fairly troublesome, but if your Mana wants to do it, I don't really mind. People did see Mana and me feeding each other in the courtyard yesterday. I guess it isn't that much big of a deal in comparison. If we start going further than that, it could be pretty bad if people saw us, but Mana doesn't seem to be heading in that direction. Kokoro, do you want to link arms with me too? You want to link arms too? I lift up the hand she's holding up to encourage her.
私はいい。これで十分だもん。
Might be too much. Yeah. I'm fine. This is good enough for me. She hesitates for a while before answering, averting her eyes from me the whole time. あ、
すごい。これが本当の両手に花ってやつですね。
Oh my god. A ladle on each arm or a flower on each arm? I think a flower on each arm is a more common idiom or expression in this situation. Let's see here. Wow, though no fault of my own, I might add.
おはよう、ホタル。
Kokoro hurriedly lets go of my hand and flashes an awkward smile at Hotaru.
おはよう、ココロン。何を照れてるわけ？
I feel that the more Mana escalates her advances, which I feel like she is escalating it, Hotaru is gonna come into the picture sooner or later. And when Mana tries to attempt to erase everyone's memories with Kotodama, she will find the hard reality of relying too much on Kotodama, because there might be existences that similar to Hotaru that might exist out there in the world. Oh boy, hold on. In contrast, Hotaru looks as calm as ever. She looks at Kokoro meaningfully.
やっぱり見られたのちょっと恥ずかしいし。何を今更って気もするけど、まあそれがココロンだよね。
Wait, what did Kokoro say? I knew it would be embarrassing if someone saw us.
やっぱり見られたのちょっと恥ずかしいし。
She sighs as if to say, I give up, then turns to Mana.
対照的にこちらはまるで照れたご様子がありませんね。ええ、だって照れる理由なんかないもの。そうでしょうね。
Oh my god, the tone. Yeah, please don't, just leave it for now. Just leave it for later. This time, Hotaru looks meaningfully at me. Oh my god. Yeah, what?
いえ、なんでもありません。行こう、ココロン。兄さん、マナちゃん、 また後でね。
Kokoro waves goodbye and heads to our classroom with Hotaru. Mana squeezes my arm again. Don't tell me you plan to stay like this all the way to the classroom.
それも面白そうね。でも
Oh my god, this is... She's laughing, she lets go of my arm.
変に騒がれてしまうのも面倒だからやめておくわ。無駄に言霊を使うような羽目にはなりたくないものね。
She starts walking again. I quickly follow her. Ah. Sorry, I'm doing this twice in a row.
いいって、いちいち気にするなよ。
Very understanding, thank you, Koichi. It's lunchtime now. Mana has asked me to have lunch one-on-one with her again, so I'm telling Koichi I won't be able to join him for a second day in a row.
俺だって彼女がここにいたら男と食わずに毎日彼女と一緒に食ってる。
Oh. Mana isn't my girlfriend, she's my sister, by the way.
だとしてもさ、あんな美人の妹がいたら構いたくなるだろうよ、兄貴としては。
Oh boy, if you knew. I feel like it's more that Mana wants to hang out with me, but there's no need to make this conversation longer than it has to be.
あの人気っぷりだもんな。
Koichi glances in Mana's direction. I look at her as well. Oh my god. Why look right here? Yakisoba bun? Bread? Pocky, onigiri, loco, candy, a bunch of candy and green tea drinks, a squared sandwich. Oh, that's a lot of food she's getting. And she even has a donut. Or is it like a bagel or something? No, I'm pretty sure it's a donut. Yeah. There's a pile of offerings on her desk again today. Sandwiches, onigiri, drinks, even desserts like donuts. It's like her desk has turned into a miniature copy of the cafeteria's display racks.
ありがとう。
Mana smiles at the students who brought her the latest offerings. It's not a big smile, but the students look very happy and blushed a little. Mana worshippers aren't all boys. There are some girls among them, too. In fact, there are even some people I don't recognize. They must be from other classes. Wow, is it just me or are there more than yesterday?
ええ、でもさすがにこれだけたくさんあるとちょっと困ってしまうわね。お兄ちゃんも食べてくれる？好きなもの選んでいいから。
She gestures at the pile at her desk as she looks at me. Well, they're given to you, so is it really okay for me to take them? Other students surely brought these gifts to please Mana specifically.
別に気にしなくていいんじゃない？
She brushes off my concern.
私一人で消費できる量じゃないのは誰が見たってわかるでしょうし。
Okay, in that case, I'll take these. I take a drink, a roll, and an onigiri. Considering that I still have my own lunchbox, this should be enough.
まだ持って帰るには多いわね。
We have another friend we can share it with. Koichi... No. Friends we can share it with. Koichi, which I'm sure is not here anymore. And there's Kyoko. After thinking... Oh, there we go. After thinking for a bit, she seems to have an idea and turns towards Kyoko's desk.
ねえ京子、ちょっとこっちへ来てくれる？
She beckons to Kyoko, who is sitting quietly near her desk. At her desk.
はい、なんでしょうか？
Kyoko jumps up and quickly walks over to us. That was a fast reaction. I think she was waiting for us to call her or something. I remember she was rather awed by Mana's at first. while that may have faded by now, I still see traces of it here and there.
ご覧の通り、食べるものが余っているから、あなたも少し持って行ってくれると助かるの。
あ、
いいんですか？私なんかがいただいて。
Kyoko looks shocked at the thought.
いいのよ。私がいいと言うのだから。さあ、好きなものを選んで。なんだったら、全部持って行っても構わないわ。
You can even take the whole pile.
じゃあ、そのカツサンドをいただいてもいいでしょうか？いつもすぐ売り切れてしまって、なかなか食べられないんです。どうぞ。
Mm-hmm.
ありがとうございます。
Swallowing, she reaches out for one of the sandwiches on the table.
他には？もっと食べないの？遠慮しなくていいのよ。そんなにたくさんは、さすがにちょっと。
Very reserved as expected of Kyoko. She smiles nervously, looking apologetic as she shakes her head. Well, I guess for a normal girl, one cafeteria lunch item is enough for one lunch. Mana doesn't seem to realize she eats a lot more than most people. So she looks a little puzzled.
そう。まあ、でも、これくらいなら、カバンで持って帰れるかしら。
Bring it home. Freebies!
私、ちょうどいいものを持ってますよ。
Wait, what?
取ってきますね。
She has a bag prepared for us? Oh, wow. Oh, a shopping bag. Okay, I see. Kyoko goes back to her desk and pulls out a folded up cloth shopping bag. Oh, I see. Yes, that looks big enough to fit all the offerings.
このまま借りていっていいのかしら。はい。何かあった時に備えておいてあるだけですから。
Oh, well prepared. Thanks. Well, in the future, it might be better for you to bring a bag of your own mana. I doubt the daily amount of offerings will decrease anytime soon.
そうね。これ以上増えるようなら、断ることも考えるわ。
Mana sweeps the offerings from her desk top. Into Kyoko's bag. Kyoko looks on, impressed.
本当にすごい人気ですよね、マナちゃん。こんなにたくさんプレゼント。
Charisma. Charisma. Is this usually what happens when someone is popular? I don't think I've seen anyone in the class getting presents like this at all.
そんなことはないと思います。やっぱり、マナちゃんだからかと。私だからというのはどういうこと？
She looks at Kyoko, confused. I have the same question. Yeah.
その、うまく言えないんですけど、マナちゃんが女王様っぽいから？
Her demurring, opposing figure? Mana and I look at each other.
女王様。
You mean she looks pompous and demurring?
違います。そういうことじゃないんです。
Kyoko looks panicked as she quickly shakes her head.
そうですね。女王様じゃなくて、女神様の方がニュアンスが近いかも。女神。
Mana seems happy with the sound of that.
マナちゃんが笑顔だと、教室の空気が華やぐから、みんなそれを守ろうとしているのかなって。それがご利益、自分たちのいいことにもつながりそうな、そういう雰囲気があるんだと思います。
I wonder if it's because of the outflow of her powerful kotodama. Okay, she's a powerful kotodama. Her existence is her being is very opposing to people, so I can imagine even Makoto kind of like relents to Mana's requests most of the time. If she ever shows like speaks of kotodama, it's hard to refuse Mana. in some cases. Makoto has like phrased it like this in multiple occasions, so that makes sense. I guess Mana really is being treated like a goddess. Well, technically she and I both are actual gods.
ふーん
Demigods though.
自分では何か特別なことをしているつもりはないのだけど
Demigods or descendants of gods, yeah.
存在がすでに特別なんです、マナちゃんは。
I more or less understand what Kyoko is trying to say. There's no question that Mana is totally different from everyone else in class. But there are no sign of people ostracizing her, which is often what happens to someone who's different.
転校生だからというのも大きいとは思いますけど、
Ho ho. But if that were the case, then shouldn't I be the same way? Maybe it's because she's a girl and I'm a guy.
誠くんにもちょっとそう思われているところあると思いますよ。
But they don't approach me. Huh? But I look at the bag Mana is holding. It's very full. Nobody ever gives me presents when they do, like they do to Mana.
それはまた別の話で。
Kyoko looks into the air as she searches for words.
マナちゃんにはこう見ている方が自然とかしずきたくなる雰囲気があるっていうか、
Want to wait on her?
女王様ごっこというよりも従者ごっこという感じだと思いますけど。
Ah. When she says pretending, I think I understand. Basically, they're just having fun with Mana.
誠くんの場合はもうちょっとこちらまで降りてきている雰囲気ですけど、
Huh.
でもやっぱりどこか私たちとは違う人という感じはありますね。当然よ。ねえお兄ちゃん、そろそろ行きましょう。お腹が空いたわ。
She links arms with me and picks up her lunchbox with her other hand.
あれ、お弁当もあったんですね、マナちゃん。ええ、今日はお兄ちゃんが作ってくれたの。
So she says.
すごく羨ましいです。
Hey look, it's a face again. The little adorable sparkly eye face from Kyoko. Okay, I'm gonna save that. Give me a second. There you go. It's in a different background.
さすがにこれをあげるわけにはいかないわよ。
Oh. Mana holds the lunchbox close to her chest and frowns at Kyoko.
そんな恐れ多いこと考えてませんよ。
Kyoko, how about you? Do you want to join us? I fear that Mana wants to eat lunch alone with me, but I'd feel bad not to invite Kyoko now that she's here.
いえ、遠慮します。読みかけの本もありますし、ぜひお二人の水いらずで。
She's implying something. Kyoko hurries back to her desk. Wait, was I seeing things or did she peek at Mana's face before declining my offer?
さあ、行きましょう。楽しみだわ。お兄ちゃんのお弁当。
Mana starts walking with a smile. Wait, let me go back here for a second here. Was I seeing things or did she peek at Mana's face before declining the offer? I think Kyoko has noticed something about Mana's feelings for me. I think she's just being considerate of us. Considerate of our relationship. After school, I spaced out at my desk and didn't leave the classroom fast enough, so a teacher came and asked me to help him carry some boxes. It took a fair amount of time, but it wasn't particularly difficult for me. In fact, my muscles have been too idle recently, so maybe it was good that I got to exercise some. Exercise them. Woo! After I finished the errand, I returned to the classroom and it's completely empty. I should leave too.
あ、いた。
When I come out into the hallway, Mana calls out to me. You didn't go home yet? I thought she must have left long ago.
お兄ちゃんの姿が見当たらないから、あちこち探し回っていたの。
Oh, sorry, a teacher asked me to help him carry some stuff around. She looks at me curiously.
そんなもの、言霊でなかったことにすればよかったのに。
A simple Kotodama for turning down requests would have been taken virtually no toll on me, so it would have been fine to use one as she suggested. That's true, but I want to try to be as much like other students as I can. Yeah, he's matured. He's maturing. I love this Makoto right now. He's not over-reliant on this Kotodama right now. Anymore. At least not anymore from what I'm seeing. For the past couple of scenes. Just like Kyoko said during lunch, Mana and I don't fit in here at all. For one thing, we didn't grow up leading the same kinds of lives that all other students did. But I still want to keep trying to bring myself closer to how they live. Even if I can't become truly like them, I at least want to close the gap.
まあいいわ。それより、もう帰れるのよね。
Yeah.
なら、ちょっと私に付き合ってくれない？寄って行きたいところがあるの。
Where? I was planning to go straight home and start making dinner, but since she spent all the time looking for me, I don't want to turn her down.
ダメ？
I don't mind as long as we don't stay out too late. I only need about half an hour to make dinner anyway.
ありがとう。
She smiles happily and takes my arm. I feel like she's been touching me more often recently. It's not your imagination. I already started realizing this the moment a couple scenes ago, so since yesterday. So yeah. Maybe she's starting to feel lonely after leaving the village. Yeah, I thought she was just alone. I thought she was just she wanted to be. She wanted to confide with someone because of her dreams that started coming in, but I don't think it's the dreams anymore. It's because she wants to proactively try and increase our affection for her. Oh my god. The place she wanted to stop by on the way home ended up being the lake.
綺麗ね。
She looks out over the water, squinting at the glare of the setting sun reflecting off the waves. Yeah, I'm standing next to her looking at the lake too. It really is beautiful. We didn't have anything like this near the village. Is this what you wanted to see?
ええ。夕方は特に綺麗だって聞いたから。
Turning to her, I see she has a very placid expression. Her long hair is swaying in the silent breeze. The sunlight seems to glint on the tips of her hair. I think back on what's happened since I left the village. Not much time has passed, but a lot of things have occurred. Back in the village, every day was mostly the same. But here, there have been many new surprising things. I'm sure I'll keep finding new ones too. I'm sure that the same thing is true for Mana as well. Manga, food, the signs may be small, but Mana is gradually being changed by her experience here. Still, she hasn't come to really love this town the way I have. Mana, how's this school going? Have you started to get used to it?
そうね。話を聞いているふりをしながら眠れる程度には。
She answers dismissively, while still looking out onto the water. Like me, she still doesn't seem interested in actually trying to learn at school. But at least she stopped leaving in the middle of the day because she's bored, so in a way she has gotten used to it.
でも体育の授業は好きよ。
Yeah, of course.
大勢で体を動かすのって楽しいわね。
Yeah, it's really fun. It is fun to play sports with our classmates. It's one more thing that we never could have done back in the village. Yeah, both Mana and Makoto are very active people. I wouldn't be surprised that anything that doesn't have to do with books is fun to them. Mana has always been athletic. Oh, okay. So I'm not surprised that she prefers PE to the more book-based subjects.
あと保健の授業はダメになったわね。
Oh. Oh.
小さな傷の手当ての方法なんて目から鱗だったもの。
Yeah, I was surprised when they said you shouldn't let it dry out. Common sense in the village was to let a wound dry out and wait for it to form a scab. But here they say, according to Relay's research, it's better to just first clean the wound and then keep it moist. There must be plenty of other things we can learn. Of course, there are other things they can't teach us about here, like the art of using kodadama. We didn't say it out loud. Yeah, we did not say it out loud. Mana abruptly starts rummaging in the bag Kyoko lent her. Ah. Donut. She pulls out a donut, unwraps it, and silently starts eating it. Well, I guess people do get hungry around here this time. I watch her take a rather large bite, especially for a girl, and begin chewing it methodically. She reminds me of a chinchilla or something. Chinchilla? What the heck is a chinchilla? Chinchilla. It's like a mouse. It's like a animal between a mouse and a rabbit. Seems quite small. It's like a hamster with big ears. Interesting. Big ears and a fluffy tail. Okay, that's cute, I guess. Mere moments later, the donut is gone. Unsatisfied, she pulls out and wraps another. Finally, noticing my gaze on her, she looks back at me.
食べる？結構いけるわよ。そんなに甘くないし、しっとりしてるのに、ふわっとした感じもあって。
I think I will have one, actually.
はい。
Oh, she broke it in half. She breaks the donut in half and holds one half out to me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thanks. You're right. This is tasty. Taking the half donut and taking a bite, I see what she means. It's just the right sweetness and it has a good texture.
でしょ？
Oh.
ほん。
Oh. While finishing the rest of her donut, she looks back at me. She looks back out into the lake. Her face in profile looks a little more relaxed than before.
甘いものは里よりもこっちの方が美味しいわね。
Yup. Sweets here are tastier than the ones in the village. Yeah. Anyone would think so as soon as they had their first donut.
里でも作れるようにならないものかしら。
Question. It might be surprisingly difficult though. Simply knowing how to make a donut isn't enough. You need the right ingredients, seasonings, and equipment.
残念だわ。
After swallowing the last bite of her donut, she looks at me and giggles. What?
口の端、食べかすがついてる。
Okay. Sorry. Oh. Exclamation mark. Oh, she took it. She took the crumbs near my lips, I guess. My face and throw it into her mouth. Something warm and wet touches my cheek. Wait, what? Something warm and wet touches my on the cheek. I don't think you need a my in that sentence there. Something warm and wet touches my cheek. Near, no, yeah, on the, my cheek. Near my lips. It's Mana's tongue. Tongue? Mana?
動かないで。
She didn't use her fingers, she used her tongue. What? Her tongue flicks daintily against the skin of my cheek. Near my lips. My heart skips a beat and my head spins at the sudden sensuous stimulation. To a passerby, it looks like we're kissing, and for good reason. If she moved her mouth slightly to the side, we would be. Oh my god.
はい、これで綺麗になったわ。
She's really proactive right now. Can I hear the Japanese line? Hold on.
はい、これで綺麗になったわ。
I have expected she'd maneuver her tongue into my mouth, but she stops and moves her face away again. In response, I consciously move away from her too. She really is good at taking me by surprise. Man, that surprised me. She smiles, delighted at by my reaction.
あら、この程度のことで？
Of course. Of course. She looks at me as if to say, haven't we done much more surprising things before? We're not in the village anymore.
そうね。でも、私たちも、ここの人間じゃないわ。
That's not true. Nana's quiet tone puts me at a loss for words.
たとえ言霊で、上辺だけの立場を手に入れたとしても、私たちの本質は、何も変わらない。私は私で、誠は誠。
We don't belong here. Yeah, not being in a village doesn't mean we don't belong here. It's her phrasing that got me here. I mean, our situation here, we don't exactly belong in the ODB family, but in the town, exactly. People move here and there all the time, so... I mean, she's trying to create some kind of point here, though. I can understand. Her words stab into my heart like a blade of ice.
我は我がことも一言。世ごとも一言。言い放つ神。
She reaches out and touches my cheek. Her hair flutters in the breeze, coming in off the lake. Her eyes are like dark jewels simmering in the sunset, and they reflect as they reflect my face. I'm entranced and can't move a muscle. She hasn't even used a kotodama on me, and yet...
誠、私を優しく抱きしめて。
Wait, she's using kotodama on me. But now she does. Okay. I draw her to me and encircle her gently with my arms.
温かい。
She sighs contentedly as she puts her arms around me too.
やっぱり誠の腕の中が一番落ち着く。
It seems there's a second girl that believes that we're their home. Quotation marks. But yeah, in Mana's case, I can understand. After all she's been through. I don't think she has a lot of individuals that she can really truly rely on, other than us. Starting with yesterday's morning hug, I feel like she's been more affectionate than usual lately. Maybe she's feeling lonely? Maybe she suddenly left the village where she had lived for her whole life. So maybe it's only natural she'd be feeling lonely. I don't miss the village, even though I suddenly left as well. But maybe I'm unusual in that regard.
こっちの世界に惹かれる気持ち、私も少しずつ分かってきたわ。里にはない興味深いものがたくさんある。でも
She squeezes me as if hanging on to dear life.
本来私たちもここにはないものなのよ。そのことだけは絶対に忘れないで。
I know. I hold her closer, feeling the heat of her body in my arms. If she hadn't followed me from the village, I would be dead right now. I would be dead now. I left her all alone that night when I left. It was a hard decision, but it was the one I made. But
みんなの笑顔と幸せを守ってあげて。
Hotaru, Hotaru, Hotaru.
それがお願い。約束。
I think back on the promise I made to Hotaru. I want Mana to smile too. I want her to be happy. It's getting chilly. Let's go back home. I pat her on the back. Or I pat her back. She rubs her cheek against my chest a few more times and slowly, reluctantly withdraws. Withdraws. Oh boy. This is a good place to stop, I guess. Amatsutsumi.
お兄ちゃん。
There you go. Episode 19. Well, I guess that's it. Title.
Amatsutsumi.
We're spending a lot of time with Mana this time. And we're starting to notice that Mana is escalating her advances towards us. So I think it's gonna escalate quite a bit. I also have a feeling that she's trying to tempt us to return to the village slowly. But yeah, I'm pretty sure she isn't aware of Hotaru's existence.
Amatsutsumi.
That has made us change the most in away from our previous mindset of using Kododama. So now, yeah, I really look forward to her continued interaction with Hotaru, Mana and Hotaru. Okay, thank you for watching this episode, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.